Hi everyone, it's the Moon Mage. Today's reading is going to be about whether you and your person, the one on your mind, are compatible. So this can be anybody. It can be a platonic relationship, it can be romantic, it can be family, anything. So we have 3 piles to choose from. The first pile is the ASL Tarot. The second pile is the Dali Tarot. And the third pile is the Keymaster Tarot. So take a moment to choose your pile and I'll see you there. Hi pile 1, if you chose the ASL Tarot, this reading's for you. Today we're going to tap into the energies between you and your person, the person on your mind at this time. Again, it could be a platonic relationship or romantic, it doesn't really matter. Just whoever we're going to tap into today. We are going to first pull some cards to see what energies you're bringing into the connection, then your person, and then we'll get into more specific questions about whether you're compatible or not. Let's pull some cards to figure out what energies you're bringing to the connection. We have King of Cups. So I feel like you're somebody who's emotionally mature, has been through very difficult love relationships and have grown from those things. Yeah, so like whether you it doesn't have to be again romantic, so it could be any relationship, anybody who's disappointed you in the past. Those situations came with lessons and you have just grown through them. It fell on the floor. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you understand that each connection that you've made with another person, they've all served a purpose, okay? And sorry, somebody's mowing the lawn outside, but you just understand that there's a reason why you connect with each person. Like everybody has a purpose in your life, and you know that you and your person were fated to meet. Whether you never talk to them again or not, it's that it was fated, it was destined for you guys to meet, to be in this 3D realm together, to learn from each other, to connect. You feel like soul family. You feel like you may be actual blood related, if not just like very, very close. And maybe it has cycled out. This person could have transitioned, but I do think that the energy that you're bringing is one that helps this person awaken. Like they understand that the universe kind of exists. If they had any doubt before that it did, they sure do know now, even if it's left them confused about what they should do or not. I guess in life in general, they know that this relationship is very healing. And this person feels very, very blessed to have you in their life. They probably went through something very burdensome in their own life. If they have, they appreciate having you as their support system. Maybe they've actually learned how to handle anxiety better because of you, or how to handle rejection or loss or some kinds of things, because they see you as an example of somebody who has survived really, really tough times. And so when they feel like when they feel overwhelmed or like they can't really handle something, they go to you for guidance or healing, or just like thinking about you, and thinking maybe how you would handle the situation. I think that you've gotten this person to think more in alignment with their higher selves, even though I don't know if they realize how disconnected they were from their higher selves until you came in. Like, I think they were, just going through life regularly, and without thinking too much about, like, I don't know, not consciously, just not thinking so much consciously. And so you have always served, even if they've known you for a long time. Like, I think naturally they just, or maybe the people around them don't think so consciously. They just like go about day to day, but they're kind of like in between because they're around these people all the time, but then they know somebody like you who's really into just more mindful of the way that you live, you know, of your actions and what you do to make other people or make yourself feel better, but like, you know, just like conscious of how you treat people. So that's the energy that you bring. You bring this very loving, compassionate energy. Somebody who's like pretty wise when it comes to love. They pretty seasoned, you know, somebody who's been through a lot of situations in all types of life, really, with a lot of different kind of people. So you're somebody that they look up to, basically, and somebody who makes them feel calm and relaxed and relieved that you are in their lives, that you serve as this bright light in their life. You may be older than them, you may not be. I feel like some of them, you may just be an old soul, and so they learned from you. They sometimes they wish that you had come sooner in their lives, or that, you know, they were a little bit more mature when they were your age. That's for some of you, it's not everybody. But they see you as somebody who is very much like an old soul. Okay, so we are going to just pull some melanin pop, just the energy that you are bringing to the connection. It says just friends. Energy that you're bringing to the connection. Running and chasing, separation, obsession. And androgyny. So maybe you... I feel like you're teaching this person how to be single or, you know, just how to own their power. Maybe you just set an example of what it is to express yourself in the most authentic way, like what that means for you, and then they admire that, and so they're trying to figure out what it is that helps them get in touch with who they are, you know, like in a fashion sense it could be, but also just somebody who is not codependent. I think that they become a little bit more independent as a person because you make it seem like easy, or you make it seem like you don't need other people to, or you don't need to be partnered up with somebody in order to feel complete. And I think they find that extremely admirable. And so some of you could be friend zoned, or you could have done the friend zoning, and so maybe they tried to be with you in the beginning and maybe you weren't about it, you know, you were just trying to do your own thing, and then they still wanted to be your friend because you're just like this worthy person, you know, to have in their lives, or just somebody who, I mean, honestly, I feel like they've been after you for a while and maybe you've just been putting it off, okay, because you don't know what to do, or you don't know if you should do something, you know, dive into something deeper if you're ready for that, you know. They probably do, you know, just like watch you from a distance and really admire what they see, and, you know, still try to talk to you and stuff, because I feel like you're just worth having in their lives no matter what kind of connection you want, okay? So we are gonna pull some cards for them now. to see what energies they're bringing into the reading, into the connection. So what energies is your person bringing to this connection? What kind of energies is your person bringing to the connection? We have, okay, we have Six of Wands. That's great. You both got it. That means some kind of compatibility, right? Or no? Did I speak too soon? Seven of Swords. The energies that this person is bringing. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. King of Wands. And the Chariot. I think this person might be making it seem like they're better off than they actually are. They're doing better than they actually are. I think on the surface, or they play it off like they're super successful, and somebody who, you know, could be like financially stable, or like just make it seem like they have more money than they actually do, but they are actually going through some kind of hardship, or they're just like they're talking themselves up more than they should. Okay, and I think that you probably see through them. I think they wanted to move forward with this connection. And if it's not like a relationship kind of thing, it could be, you know, anybody who was just trying to impress you, or somebody who, you know, really does admire you as a person and wants to match your level, but then when it comes down to it, they're really just a page, and they're not this king energy that is over here. I think that's what so their eye is on you, but you're just like more focused on yourself, and you don't really take crap from other people, and you're not really trying to you just don't have room in your life for BS. And so I think that they're trying to present this kind of energy where they're very interested in you, and they want to seem like they're a good match for you, but in reality it would turn out worse for you, you know, because I think that you get this like inkling that like they're all talk, or they're just trying to impress you, but I think that you know deep down that they're really just, they don't have anything really to back up what they're saying, okay? They're just kind of all talk in that way. So we're gonna just shuffle and pull some cards for them, for what energies they're bringing to this connection. Yeah, maybe they came in a little bit like too passionately for you, or, you know, they were really ready to push things to a next level, or just like they were just so impressed by you. But I don't think that really fazed you, you know, like all that attention and all of that admiration. I think it happens a lot. I think a lot of people are, you know, notice you, and so this person really would have to step their game up. I think that you know your worth at this point, and you're just not settling for anything less than that. And this person doesn't feel like they fit the shoes. But let's see. We have Alien. It says unique, misunderstood, unknowns, mystery, intriguing. We have Rebound, short-term relationships, fast breakups, and grievances. And we have promotions, passion, offers, stability, wealth, new ideas. Okay, so I think that this person is probably, I think they're very intrigued by you. Okay, they probably could have gotten out of a relationship or just some kind of connection that really disappointed them. It could be, you know, somebody in their life, just regular friend, or it could be an ex-partner kind of thing. And maybe they just decided that they were going to focus on their career and, you know, something, or just something other than love. And then you came along and you kind of came with this like new energy, this mysterious vibe, somebody who really caught their attention. I think that you stand out above a lot of people around them, and so it was just very refreshing. But I think that they also think that you're so focused on your career, your whatever your passions are, that you're not in the mood for a connection that's deeper than maybe this person wants it to be. Or you just think that like relationships can get messy, and so you're just like on your own wave, and they kind of want to join you, but you're not really allowing that so much. Like they can dip their toe in, but they're not going on the boat with you, you know what I mean? And so I don't know, they're not, I think it makes them feel a little bit insecure about who they are, you know, or who they have been. And I think in a lot of ways they may want to step their game up, but then I don't know, they just feel like you might want a lot more than they're able to give, you know, or at least by the time that they reach your level, you may be even more advanced than they are. All right, let's see. So what are some strengths in relation to your compatibility? What are some strengths in relation to your compatibility? We have Knight of Chalices, we have Ace of Wands, and we have Six of Wands. These are some strengths. I think that you guys have great conversation. I think that if it's a more physical relationship, then the sex is probably real good. You guys probably really enjoyed each other's company. And if it's not, again, if it's not romantic, then you guys probably bring out great ideas, like when it comes to creative endeavors, you know, like doing those kinds of things, something that really like is new and refreshing. This person and you probably spark that within each other, you know, these new ideas, and you can bounce them off of each other, and you've probably come up with like really good creative projects. You know, you probably have done some really cool things with each other. So we're going to pull 3 cards for weaknesses. Just pull some cards for the weaknesses. We have 9 of Swords. In your compatibility, weaknesses in your compatibility. We have 5 of Cups. And we have the High Priestess. Okay. Yes, I think that, you know, in the bottom of the deck we have 7 of Swords again, so I think your weaknesses are that some of you may be focused too much on the past, you know, on how things didn't work out with other relationships, and so you're just thinking that maybe relationships are not for you, or if this is more platonic, that there's a lot of mental anguish going on here, like mental and emotional, just not trusting in your own self and your own capabilities and intuition. I think from the cards here, I don't really think that you guys are the most compatible at the moment, just because you're so focused on past pains and hurts. Now, it could have been within this connection, and it could have not been within this connection, but I do think that there is some kind of tension or some kind of just some strain in this connection. Like, I do think that you guys know that it was fated to meet, and that it definitely served a purpose for you guys to be in each other's lives, and you're both learning from the experience. However, that doesn't mean that the pain is not there, because it is, and I think that you guys trigger each other in ways that are much deeper than, let's say, the people around you, you know, maybe on a daily basis, or, you know, regularly. I think that you both are very much still attracted to each other. And it really does depend on your situation with this person, and, you know, how badly it was messed up, like if you can really come back from it. But it seems like you guys can maybe overcome, some of you can overcome something if you were to talk it out, or if you were to allow yourselves to heal from whatever this past situation was, you know, these past experiences. But that is up to you in your situation. So we are going to pull some cards for what aspects of your personalities and values align well. This is the African Goddess Rising. So what aspects of your personalities and values align well? Let's see. Oops. We have manifestation, number 9. We have intuition, Mojaji and Queen Nandi, and we have Speak Up. So with manifestation, you probably are compatible in the ways where you could share similar goals or dreams, and maybe you've talked about the power of manifestation and like doing things with intention, how important that is. You've probably both practiced manifestation techniques, you know, and encourage each other when it comes to that. You know, and that whole thing about like attracting what you desire, that's probably something that you've bonded on. Maybe this connection made you realize that you both have manifested each other in your lives. You've asked for each other to come in. You've asked the universe for somebody like this person to come in. And then when they did, or when you did, you both realized certain things. Like there were certain things that, yes, you asked and you knew it was great and beautiful, but then other things that you weren't so aware that you were asking for, just because you were focusing your energy on that thing. It could be positive or negative, but if it's more negative, then you're like, how did I attract that into my life? And then maybe it's causing you guys to, you know, whatever was triggered is causing you guys to think about that more deeply, like that, the source of that trigger more deeply. When it comes to intuition, so you probably both have some kind of mutual understanding, or just like a general respect for each other's intuitive abilities or insights. I think that you both know that you're both connected to source. Maybe just a little bit more deeper than the people around you guys. So you value and trust each other's, you know, gut feelings or inner guidance. Like if you're telling this person, hey, I don't feel so good about this thing, like maybe we shouldn't do it, they're gonna trust that there's a reason, like a really good reason, that you shouldn't do that thing, you know. And it's not coming from like, it's coming from more of a place like, maybe we should go to this Chinese restaurant and not the other one, that kind of thing. Like, I really feel like we shouldn't go to the other one today. Like, I don't know why. And then you realize that that one was completely packed anyway. And so the one that you ended up going to was just like a lot more convenient. And, you know, the food actually ended up being better and you ended up having a great time. You know, the other one, maybe you would have been turned away because it was just way too packed. Something like that, you know, like you guys really trust each other's like gut feelings, you know. And so maybe it makes conversations or just connecting with each other on deeper levels, maybe it just makes that a little bit more easier. And when it comes to speaking up, so I think you guys are really good at like sharing your thoughts or opinions. Maybe conversations are just really good with each other. You create spaces for like non-judgmental spaces where you both can feel comfortable expressing yourselves authentically. So you both feel a little bit more free to express yourself, you know, like your needs or desires. So those are all things that that's like how you guys align when it comes to like values. Okay. And let's see. We're gonna pull some cards for potential challenges or obstacles that you guys may be going through. We have wholeness. Does it fit? We have revelation. And we have cultivation. Does it fit? Okay. So when it comes to potential challenges, wholeness, revelation, and cultivation. So earlier, you know, some of the cards that we pulled earlier were telling us about maybe you rejected this person, or you were just like being a little bit distant with this person and they admire you so much and stuff. But then all these other cards come where you guys, you know, admire the way that you think and communicate with each other, and you guys seem to be on the same page that way. But I think that some concerns that come up could be in relation to maybe codependency, or just like feeling whole within yourself, and you know, being self-aware, like each partner being self-aware of themselves, maintaining a balance between you guys, like individually and then together. That can be a bit difficult for you both. Maybe you guys get lost in each other's energies a lot, or you spend, you know, you want to spend a whole lot of time with each other, but then you also need to balance that out with alone time, and then while you're alone, you're missing each other a lot, and so it could be challenging for both to honor your own needs, your individual needs, and work on your own personal growth. I do think that this connection is very revealing. Like, it brings up a lot of things that maybe were very hidden and deep. With revelation, a lot of things could come up in this connection that maybe you both weren't ready to face, okay? And I think that you both were very triggered, or can be very triggered. That's why, even though you both are very, it seems, aligned in a lot of ways, or you both are kindred spirits, or, you know, just mirror each other intellectually in a lot of ways. There's just the emotional or the deep wounds that are also being triggered, that are coming up for good reason. You know, they're being uncovered and revealed so you can actually deal with them, both of you. But it might be painful, you know, it definitely is going to be uncomfortable to face those kinds of deep wounds that maybe you thought were already healed, or you just didn't want to address, and then here it comes up, you know. And so, kind of like navigating through this together would require a lot of like cultivating, you know. It would take a lot of energy. This is the type of connection that definitely needs to be nurtured. You need to invest a lot of time and effort into it that maybe you both are not so willing to do on a very serious level. Okay, it might not be what you want to do. Like, you don't want to be triggered every day, you know, or you don't want to feel so heavy in that way, and you want to just live life a little bit more easygoing, you know, than constantly having to work hard on yourselves. That might be tiring for some of you. So this kind of connection definitely requires each individual to be very open-minded with each other, you know, empathic with each other, and that might be difficult, you know. I'm sure that both of you really do support each other deep down. That's always going to be the case, because you both mirror something very, very unique within each other. But finding the right, or just like maintaining the right balance on a daily basis may be hard for both of you. Okay. Oh yeah, so we're gonna pull some cards that are gonna represent what steps you can take to enhance your compatibility and strengthen your relationship. What steps We have the blue chalcedony. Sorry if I say that wrong. Third eye chakra, self-perception, and lightheartedness. So you can really focus on your third eye chakra right now. And the mantras are, I change my perspective to increase my understanding. And I sometimes allow myself to be carefree. So I think if you guys, it's ultimately up to you whether you want to continue with this connection or not. You can try to not take things so seriously. Even when you're being triggered, just understand that this person is not this person's intention. They don't really know all the deep wounds that you have within yourselves, and vice versa. So just like being empathic in that way and a more understanding. Change your perspective, especially if they're trying to communicate that with you. Like, hey, this really bothered me. Or, you know, vice versa as well. Like, you guys telling each other what was triggered at least a little bit. Like, maybe discuss it a little bit further. That will definitely help your connection. We have blue lace agate with third eye chakra again. So we have self-growth and support. It says, I embrace the process of growth and I am supported by the universe. So just understanding that, again, this is a fated connection. It was one that was destined in order for you both to, wow, and we have throat. So all this like upper chakra energy. I thought it was purple as well, but no, it's the throat. So communication, speak up. I'm glad that it came up there anyway. So let me just, it says enlightenment and manifestation, which was a keyword over here. It says, I strive to reach enlightenment and I can manifest my true desires. Great. So I think this is just, you know, confirmation that you guys were destined to meet. And this connection was meant to be triggering for both of you. In order to bring up some unhealed wounds within both of you as well, and maybe some codependent issues that you both have dealt with in the past, and to try to help you guys, you know, feel more whole and individually in order for you guys to come together. It is going to be a relationship or connection that you have to nurture and maintain and cultivate, but it seems like this person really highly values you as a person, as an individual, somebody in their life, and they don't really want to let it go. So they do want to work on having you stay in their life in some level, okay? So, and I think it's vice versa as well. So I hope that this reading resonated with all of you, and if it did, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I look forward to reading for you all again in the near future. So until then. Hi Pile 2, if you chose the Dali Tarot, this reading is for you. Today we're going to be looking into if you and your person are compatible. So we are first going to check the energies that you're bringing to the connection, then theirs, and then we're going to ask a couple of more detailed questions in regards to connection and whether you guys are meant to stay connected or not. So we are going to see what kind of energies you're bringing to the connection first. Remember, if this reading does resonate with you, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. So we have the energies you're bringing. Eight of Cups. We have the Death card. And we have the Six of Swords. So with these 3 cards, I'm just going to say that maybe this is a connection where you or this person are in some kind of separation, or if you guys are not in a separation, you're just like a little bit distant because maybe you just got out of a relationship or just something that really you had to walk away from, and so now you're in the middle of really just kind of reinventing yourself or just trying to gain your power back. And this could be in relation to the person or not, but you're just a little bit more distant or a little bit more guarded with your energy. Okay, it's just, it is what it is. It's like not anything where you have any harsh feelings, you know, that you're not you're just kind of done with an old situation, and so you're just moving on and forward on your path. And that's okay. This is kind of like a new beginning, a fresh start. It just feels like you're moving out of the ashes, or you're just like reborn out of the ashes. And you're kind of just doing your thing right now. You know, you're not really focused on another person. It's just you're trying to do you. So energies that you're bringing, I think you're done with the immature people. You're not really trying to deal with that right now. And you're also done with being sad. And you're moving on to being in the spotlight, or the person that you're meant to be, you know, somebody who is meant to shine. Okay, I think that you are, if this was a breakup with this person, you have allowed yourself to be sad about it, but you know that moving forward is the best and healthiest thing that you can do for yourself, and you can't do anything to change this person. Okay, so you wanted this person to, you know, be your partner, or be like, you know, maybe a power couple type dynamic. Maybe that's what you were aiming for, but in reality, this person just couldn't fulfill those shoes. Like, they just couldn't live up to your expectations, and that made you really sad because you saw their potential and you really knew that, or you could see it more than they can see it themselves. But I feel like in a lot of ways you also saw that this person did mirror you, or you just like felt very comfortable in their energy and it felt very familiar, but you were ascending at a higher rate than they were, or than they are. And so with that, you decided to move on without them, and you're gonna shine alone, and that is okay. You're learning to be self-sufficient and more confident in yourself, and just more radiant, you know. Just like, I think this person kind of dimmed your light, and it wasn't really intentional. I think that they just, you know, have their own issues, and they weren't up for improving at a faster rate than they, you know, I just don't think they were doing their work, their self-work, at least at the not at the same rate that you were. They kept falling back into their old habits and stuff. So yeah, you're done being sad. You're moving on without them. You know what you deserve, and you know that you're gonna go out and get it, and nothing's gonna stop you. Okay, because you're done with being sad. It's not for you. You've done it, and it's just boring and old energy, and you're done dwelling in the past. So that's the energy that you're bringing into the connection. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be just like a friend you're outgrowing, or a family member who, you know, it just doesn't grow up as well. We're gonna do their energies. What energies are they bringing to the connection? What energies are your person bringing to the connection? We have Ace of Cups. We have Queen of Pentacles. Oh, no, this is Knight of Cups. Yeah. Caballero. And we have Judgment. Okay. I really do think that this person wanted to be the right person for you. They just didn't match your energy. Like, they were more of a knight and you're more of a queen. You probably just like seem like you are more put together, or just like a little bit more mature than they are. And yeah, they offered you their cup of love, or, you know, they wanted to let you know that they really admire you, or they have you in their mind. Like, they wanted to let you know, but then when it comes to actually being what you need, I think that they realized that they maybe didn't fulfill those shoes. I think that they know that in order to be with you, they would definitely have to do a lot more work than they realized. And so it's ultimately up to them whether they are gonna fulfill that. Or maybe, you know, based off the cards, the energy that you were bringing, if that was this person, it could have been a past relationship, or, you know, past connection that you were letting go of because, you know, you were done being sad. That could have been a past relationship. And then now that you're shining, they have their eye on you, but they understand that their value. And so because they do understand it, they know that they're gonna have to fulfill some kind of like big shoes. Like, they have to really match your energy, because yeah, they can come out with this night energy where they're really gonna tell you how they feel and stuff, but can they mirror you and match you and be the partner that you need? So what kind of energies are they bringing in? We have alone, barriers, loss, brutal, difficulty, and endless. And we have selfish, degrading, narcissism, inappropriate. I think that you rejected this person. Let's see. It's not really to laugh, but it's more like, well, let me just get the last card. Okay. Yeah, so I think that this person is looking at your social media and noticing some differences, or noticing you really like shining on social media, and they think that by you expressing yourself and showing your light, they can feel the distance. They feel rejected by you. Okay, they feel like you put up this wall between you guys, and that you guys have really finalized things, and you're, you know, doing things by yourself, and they're noticing, and so they are kind of upset. You know, it's kind of like this like devil over your shoulder, like with this string. Like, maybe you guys need to do some kind of cord cutting, just to make sure that like you're like cord cutting ritual, like with candles and stuff, if you don't know what to do, like when it comes to that, just try to look it up or something, you know what I mean? 2 separate candles, and then with a string attached, and then like having the string burn, just something like that, you know what I mean? Also writing a letter of intention symbolizing that stuff. But if that's really necessary, because it seems like this person is trying to like hover over your shoulder and you know, try to feed their energy, their dark energy to you, and you're not really having that. Okay, you've already detached yourself like in the physical world, and so in the energetic world, maybe it's something that you should look into, some kind of cord cutting and ritual. But yeah, no, I think that they have gotten what they deserve, and some energies, because if they were the immature person from the energies that you were bringing and you walked away from them, you've given them enough opportunities to really change and step up their game, but they didn't do it. So you know, I feel like they probably see you in a bad light right now, but it's really out of this hurt and pain that they are experiencing with your separation. So we're gonna get into the strengths and weaknesses. So what are some strengths about this connection? We have 2 of Cups, strength, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of Swords. And we have Temperance. Okay. So I think that you guys brought up, I love this Temperance card. I haven't seen it yet. Wow. Okay. Temperance is my favorite card, so. Yeah, some of you, that could just be confirmation. Some of you are Sagittarius. I do think that there was love here and that there is love here. I think that this connection brought out deep things within you guys, or just like things that you guys really needed to work on within yourselves. It brought on a lot of healing, you know, where you guys had to really choose whether you are gonna heal or not. Basically from whatever was being triggered within the connection. And I think that you began advancing and really trying to work on yourself, and this person either just has a lot more work than you because you've been doing this for a long time, or they just were unwilling. Yeah, they were just being stubborn and unwilling and not really working on themselves away at the same rate, you know. I think that honestly that they were just a lot more farther behind than you were. And you know, it's not like it doesn't seem like this was easy at all. I think that this connection was like, it had very, very low moments where you didn't know if you were maybe gonna really get through it, but then there was always like an angel with you, or a guardian angel, or somebody just like having your back. Like, I feel like you were just like distraught, or like what, you didn't really want to let this connection go, and it probably took everything out of you to try to hold on, but then you knew that it was worth healing. It's worth leaving this person behind. Like, your healing and becoming your best self is worth the pain of leaving this person behind. So that is, you know, I really focused on you, what you were getting, but I think also for them too, like, you know, breakups or, you know, disconnections always teach us. They always come with a lesson. So if you guys did separate, and for them, it could just be things that were brought up that they need to work on. Okay. And yes, it may be at a slower rate than healing rate than you, but they're still on their journey and their own path. And so it is waking them up. This connection has awoken something within them that was very deep and dormant, and it's all for healing purposes. Okay, so that is the strength in this connection. You know, let's go with, we're gonna keep these here, because honestly I just think they're so pretty. So we're gonna keep this here, and we're gonna pull the weaknesses underneath. So what are some weaknesses in your connection? We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, Battle of the Egos. Probably. You guys probably got into a lot of fights. The Devil. Yeah, addiction, like toxic behaviors, old codependent behaviors as well. Those probably all came up. Weaknesses. And weaknesses. Three of Swords, yeah. Pain, huh? Yeah, this wasn't an easy, it was not an easy thing to do, to separate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3. I have 10 of Cups in the bottom, so I think that you guys probably thought that this person could have been the one, and it just ended up going a lot more south and just like not the way that you guys wanted it to go. And instead it was just more like a karmic thing where you guys ended up triggering the worst parts of yourselves in order to for it to come up onto the surface and heal, just not with this person, like long-term kind of thing. So this person was brought up to show you your strength in yourself, and the same for them. Like, you know, you came in to show them a lot as well, you know, when it comes to what they need to have a healthy relationship, a healthy connection for themselves. But I think that this was very, very painful for both of you. It's not something that was easy to do, to separate, but there was just, the bad just outweighed the good, and you knew what you had to do that was best for you and would ultimately be best for this person as well. Just both of you involved. And so you're seeing, it feels like you're seeing the healing aspects of this separation a lot quicker than they are. They're probably still more in this energy, and I think that this is really what you had to get out of. Like, it's kind of like they had that hold on you, like in the other card before. I forgot which card it was specifically, but what was it, where it had like the devil with the cord and stuff. I don't remember off the top of my head. If I look for it real quick. Yeah, oh, okay. See, I really think that that represents you, like this Queen of Pentacles, like somebody who really, like a good wifey potential, you know what I mean? And somebody who has a lot of value, and they just dropped the ball, you know, like they just couldn't really like step their game up. I probably said that a billion times, but it is what it is. So we are going to pull some what is it? That was your strengths and weaknesses. We're gonna pull some cards for aspects of your personalities that align well. So what aligns well for you guys? Okay, let's see. So what aspects align well? We have wounded healer. Sekhmet. We have Mame Kumba Bang, Speak Up, which was in the last pile, and Shine. Okay, that's cool. So I think that, yes, although it was very triggering and, you know, a lot came up, the bottom of the deck is soul forgiveness. So I think that you both have, it was fated for you guys to come together and be each other's, like, I really do feel like this is karmic partner energy. You know, you guys were just meant to reveal these inner wounds or these unhealed wounds within each other, and your capability to really heal from those things, like those deep things, and speak up for yourself, and, you know, just really create boundaries that you've never had before, and then realize you have so much to offer, you know, like you have to shine brightly, and you can't just, you're not meant to, you know, just be in the background. You're really meant to just live in your light, okay? And so when it comes to, you know, these three cards, it seems like you both had a lot of empathy for each other's pain, okay? There's a part of you that both were deeply wounded, and so you both had a deep understanding that these parts of yourselves needed to heal, okay? And I think that this connection helped you both, you know, in a lot of ways, support each other during your growth. You know, you guys probably created a safe space to nurture and address each other's wounds, you know, and just to really provide some kind of support. You know, you tried to work together. Maybe you guys went to therapy, you know. It seems like you guys have really talked about trying to find solutions, okay? I do think that there was a lot of effort put into trying to find some kind of healing or solution for whatever was going on, so like some kind of problem solving. I do think that maybe arguments or disagreements happened somewhat often, and what this connection showed you was how important it is to speak up for yourselves, to really express yourself, you know, freely and openly to another partner, and how important that is for you, and how important it is for your partner in order for things to actually succeed. And even though this connection feels like it didn't, like you guys are in separation, not so much that it didn't succeed, because in its own way, it did what it was supposed to do, and it's not a failure. You've learned lessons through it, whether you guys are connected or not. But regardless, I think that this kind of is chronological in a way, where you both came together and met as wounded healers, and when you were triggered, you were able to speak up about it with each other, and whether you're together or not is not relevant so much. It's more that you know that by speaking up and not keeping those wounds inside, and not putting them in the back burner, that you're able to shine, you know, and be expressive, more expressive, and you understand the importance of what it meant to really speak up for yourself and really act in ways that are in alignment with what truly matters to you, and your person. You know, I think that really helped empower you guys. Again, whether you're talking or not at this point is just not so much relevant. It's just more like this is a very healing connection because you were able to address things that were very deep within you, like very deep hidden wounds. Okay, and so we're gonna look at some potential challenges and obstacles that you may or may not have faced. We have personal transformation. We have drive. And we have perseverance. I believe ultimately your goal was to transform, okay, to elevate, to advance on a soul level. That was the purpose of this connection, or that is the purpose of this connection. So when it comes to you guys being compatible or not, yes, you were compatible in ways that were very deep and dark and yeah, on the surface, you know, you guys were compatible maybe as humans, you know, like you got along. It was probably good to connect with them, like have conversations with them and stuff, but there were a lot of things that were missing, or that you really had to work on both as individuals, in order to become the best versions of yourselves and to be the best versions of yourselves in this connection. And so there was a lot that had to be done. You know, like there would be a lot of commitment to supporting each other, you know, during these hard times, and really a commitment to growth, like spiritual growth, and to making changes. You know, I just think that this person wasn't really willing to make the changes that were necessary in order for them to be the best version of themselves, not just for this connection, but just for themselves. And maybe in a lot of ways you were doing the work for yourself, and so you were going on different paths. It ended up being where you guys were just going and doing going in different directions. Okay, so I think that when it comes to challenges, you guys, you know, just weren't on the same pages. Like maybe one of you wanted to really continue to work together, or you know, maybe you wanted to see a lot more significant changes than this person was willing to give you or willing to do, and they kept going backwards. And or for you it felt like they were going backwards when you just wanted to continue to go forward. Like you didn't want to keep on going back to that old habits, that old way of being. And so you were more driven to your own personal transformation more than preserving this connection. I think it came down to maybe that kind of ultimatum between staying in this connection and reliving certain patterns that you're already ready to let go of, or advancing without them. And you chose to move in a different direction. You chose to go on your own individual journey where you can shine on your own. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I do believe that it took a lot out of you to really choose yourself. And you should be very proud of yourself for doing something like that, because you probably never took a stance in that way before. Never had to, but you just like never had to choose yourself the way that you did in this connection. And so for that reason, you should be very proud. And so our last cards we're gonna pull is for what steps can you take to enhance your compatibility and strength in the relationship. So if you're not together, then this is just like to strengthen your own relationship with yourself. But what steps can you take to enhance? We have Carnelian, sacral chakras, with success and self-confidence. So I attract success into my life. I am confident in the decision I make, in the decisions, more than one, that you make. So those are really great. Sacral chakra could be a chakra that you need to focus on. Attracting more success and being self-sufficient and being confident in yourself and the decisions that you make. So if you are questioning whether it was the right decision to leave this person or not, like, just trust that you made that decision for a good reason, and the universe will lead you towards what is actually meant for you. The next card we have is the crown chakra with travel and astuteness, moonstone. It says, I travel astrally in my dreams and I choose to work astutely. So, maybe those are things that you should be conscious of, like maybe your dreams, trying to get more in touch with them, or writing them down, or just like trying to figure out the symbolism behind them, and also working a little bit more diligently and more towards your passions, and towards things that actually matter to you. And the last card we have is the amethyst with the crown chakra, and it says intuition and enhancement. It says, I learned to trust my intuition, and I realized that crystals can enhance my everyday life. So maybe have some amethyst or moonstone or carnelian with you, or just try to channel the energies that they're bringing. Crystals, wearing crystals in general could just be something that will enhance your everyday life in general. And trust your intuition. Trust that you're making the right decisions, and whatever is meant for you is meant to stay, and whatever's not is going on its own path for a reason. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 2. I hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below and let me know. And I look forward to reading for you all again in the future. So until then, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Keymaster Tarot, this reading is for you. Today we're going to be looking into whether you and your person are compatible or not. So we're going to first pull some cards to figure out what energies you're bringing into the connection, then what they're bringing into the connection, and then we'll go into some details about the compatibility between you both. Okay, so if this reading does resonate, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below. And so let's get into it. We are going to figure out what energies you're bringing into the connection. We have 3 of Cups. So what energies are you bringing into the connection? 3 of Hearts, 3 of Cups. We have the Hanged Man. And we have The Tower. This card combination here kind of makes me feel like maybe you rocked this person's world in a sense. At first I was feeling like maybe they rocked your world. Maybe it was like a mutual thing where you both met. It could have been in a social setting because Three of Cups is usually like a celebration of some sort. So you guys could have been out with, you know, other people, or just with friends and stuff, and then met through, you know, mutual friends, or just like met out. And you didn't really expect to meet someone like this person, or they didn't expect to meet someone like you, but really it came like very suddenly, and now they're thinking about, I guess, you in this connection. They're just thinking about life in general, like what, trying to find some meaning behind the purpose of meeting you, because it feels like it was meant to happen, you know, like your energy stands out a lot more than just like anybody that they meet on a regular basis. And so they're just trying to really reflect on the reasons behind that, like why you left this very strong impression. We are gonna pull some cards from the Melanin Oracle, just to get a little bit more information on the energies you're bringing to the connection. I think this was like disruptive in their everyday life, you know, like I think that they were going through life kind of like in going with emotions, you know, of waking up and doing a routine, or going out with people and just like not meeting, you know, somebody that really stays in their mind until you came, and now they're like, you just caught their interest, you know. And maybe you do that to people, you know, maybe this is not super unusual for you, but I think it is unusual maybe for you to feel that it was mutual, you know, like you be interested in the person as well. So let's see, we have coping by replacement, jealousy, not serious, rebound in reverse. We have detox, caffeine and routine, tea, sore loser, injuries, stress, lack of sleep, time commitment. I think you're coming across as somebody who is trying to just go about your business. Not so much giving people time of day, but somebody who is just like got their own things going on and doesn't really have time for anything serious, or, you know, anything that's really going to take up too much of your time. Honestly, you seem pretty stressed to this person. Yeah, like you, I don't want to say bitter, but just somebody who is not really happy right now. Maybe you just got out of a relationship where you just are not really trying to meet new people in general, like new friends and stuff. Maybe you just don't have good experiences with socializing. Like I think you have a core group of friends maybe, but when it comes to making new people, you don't really trust new people. So whether this is somebody who's like trying to who's interested in you romantically, or just like thinking about you like as a friend or just somebody that they met, you don't really seem, when they think about you, you don't really seem like somebody who is trying to make new friends right now. But then, I don't know. Okay, well, the fact that this person's coming up kind of means even if you weren't thinking about them consciously or at this moment, they're coming up because maybe they struck a chord in you too, you know, like you found them interesting. Even if you are having this kind of trust issues with people in general, they kind of seem a little bit different, maybe a little bit more deep than the average person that you meet, you know, the Joe Schmo or whatever. And so you were friendly enough, maybe you feel, but maybe they wanted to connect with you in a deeper sense and you were just like not having it. You were just, you know, not really interested in small talk, or, you know, just something that you weren't really maybe putting in the effort that they wanted you to put, and it left them feeling a little bit disappointed, but you know, still interested in you. Like maybe if you guys were to meet again in the future, they may strike a conversation with you again and maybe try to get to know you a little bit more deeper. But that first initial meeting was a little like you were guarded, it seems. So if it's not somebody that you know at this moment, maybe it's something to think about if this person, you know, comes up in your future, because I feel like some of you don't really know this person just yet. So what energies are they bringing? They're bringing the Page of Wands. Yeah, yes. So the Page of Wands, Jack. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles. Okay, this person is, I can see why they're coming up. Maybe you weren't thinking about them, but if you were, I think that they caught your eye the way that you caught theirs. And maybe at the moment when you guys met, or I'm not 100% sure that all of you know this person just yet. I think that if you don't know, like in the moment that you meet, it may not be appropriate for you guys to connect, or, you know, in a deeper way. You could be with other people, or maybe it's just like not the right place for it, you know, like it could be where you need to maybe rush out, or, you know, it feels like the timing wasn't 100% right. However, when you guys connected, it was like a good conversation. It was like a pleasant surprise, you know, and how well you guys were able to communicate and connect. And so it seemed very fleeting, but then you guys ended up staying in each other's minds. It seems like this person came across as somebody who is very well established, I would say. Somebody who's earned their money, like earned their success, and where they are right now, they worked really hard for it. And so now that they seem to be somebody who is on top of their game. But not only have they worked hard, they've also been able to be adventurous and, you know, they want to explore. They seem like somebody who maybe travels a lot, or just is very knowledgeable about a lot of different things that excite them, things that, like, you know, they're very passionate about. And that was admirable for you. It was like it caught your eye, because maybe not everybody is that ambitious as this person who's actually succeeded and spent invested a lot of time and effort in themselves and in who they want to be, and who they've become, and it shows. And so they seem like somebody who's very stable to you, you know, somebody who is very responsible. Like, they know, even though they have this playful side, like this adventurous side of them with the Jack of Clubs, they seem like somebody who is kind of balanced between, like, they're more focused on their success and their money and, you know, having the stability, but they're also able to make time for fun things, you know, like things that really make them happy. And so I think that you were inspired by this person when you met them, or when they when you saw them recently. They also may seem like somebody who is not interested in partnering up, because they're just so focused on their goals, you know. And so maybe that's why you came across as somebody who was a little bit more reserved, or somebody who wasn't flirting with them, because you kind of knew their situation, or maybe you just didn't, you were just, like, you know, trying to have a good conversation, like not trying to pursue anything, like that wasn't your intention. We are going to pull from the Melanin Pop Oracle. So let's do that. We're going to pull from the Melanin Pop Oracle. We have it says unknown, scatterbrain, crazy, juggling, voodoo, magic, practice, power, spell work, beliefs, rituals, and we have unavailable, busy, absent, taken, hard to reach. Yeah, I think that the way that they came across to you was somebody who was just super ambitious and focused on securing the bag kind of thing. And so they seemed unavailable to you, and you weren't like trying to set yourself up for rejection. And I'm not saying necessarily that that's what would have happened, but I do think that they, and if this is not a romantic relationship, it could just be that somebody was this could have been a business partner. It could have just been something that, you know, somebody said that you guys would be good to like work together, but then when you actually met, if it seemed like you guys weren't as compatible as initially you thought. You know, even if you guys did enjoy each other's company or enjoy the conversation, maybe it just seems like you guys maybe didn't find an available opportunity to reconnect again. And that's kind of where things maybe left off. But this person seems like, yeah, and they're on top of their game. Maybe that's not something that really interested you either. You know, like it was impressive. Like maybe you were impressed by their accomplishments and stuff, but it didn't really resonate with you on an individual level, or just something like interfered where you guys there was some kind of disconnect, and so you just went on about your own lives. So we're gonna pull some cards to try to figure out what the strengths in this connection are. So what are some strengths in this connection? We have the Page of Wands again. And I think maybe that's why you guys connected, because they seemed pretty passionate and you did as well. We have Judgment, the Strength. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it seems like you both are very ambitious, or you have dreams for yourselves, and it seems like you both are on your way to get it. Like you're doing your own things. I think that you both impressed each other, you know, with whatever it is that you're passionate about, because you seem very responsible and focused on yourselves and growing. The only thing is that I think that maybe it was just like left open-ended, where if you guys reconnect again, you'd be like, yeah, I remember you, like it was very nice talking to you last time, how are you, that kind of thing. But you guys didn't really go out of your way to make you know, like maybe get their number or to go meet again anytime soon. Like those plans, I don't think that they were made. And again, could be, you may not even know this person just yet. We're gonna pull for weaknesses. I was shuffling the wrong deck. For weaknesses, we have Knight of Pentacles, we have the Fool, and we have the Magician. Okay, so weakness in this connection could be that you guys are just too in your practical mind, or you know, too focused on your own worlds and your own goals and ambitions, that yeah, it was nice meeting this person, but you're not gonna spend too much time. Like this could just be anybody. It could be anybody who you just meet in passing, you know, like on a line at a store kind of thing, and just spark up a conversation. I don't know if people do that anymore, but really it's just like, it could just be anyone. Oh, what do you do? Oh, that's cool, I do this. Oh, that's great. You know, like, and just have small talk with each other. But you're just so focused on your own lives. Like, yeah, it was a cool conversation. And it feels like, you know, you had this cool conversation with somebody like out in the world. You just like met them in passing, and then you're coming home and telling like your friend, hey, I met this person today, like this person on the line, and they were talking about this and this and this, and isn't that cool? And yeah, it's just like nothing really too deep. Yeah, they gave me their number, they gave me their business card, and if I ever wanted to use, you know, like find an apartment, they would just like, they would hook me up, or they would you know, see what they could do to make that happen. Like that, it seems like a networking thing in that sense. Like nothing too deep, but like if you want to use their service, hey, here it is. It was like an advertisement kind of thing. So in that way, you know, maybe they're on your mind because you want to like use their service, or you want to have some kind of exchange or transaction in that way. But if you're looking for deeper emotions and stuff, that is probably like not really that's not really what's coming up. It's more like business and transactional in that way. So what aspects of your personality and values align well? What aspects of your personalities and values align well? We have Queen Nandi, intuition. We have Nana Buluku, and we have Mam Lambo, self-sabotage. I think that you both are going with the flow of life. In your own individual lives, it's not so much self-sabotaging as in, you know, you both saw this as a potential connection, you self-sabotage, so you just like didn't go for it because you didn't think you were good enough. It's not so much of that at all, especially with seasons coming up. I just think that like this is somebody that you met and you had a good conversation with, and you both knew that like it wasn't meant to be anything deeper than just like being there in that moment with each other and being present with each other. And I think that your intuition has told you that, hey, this is not anything romantic, or this is not anything that's meant to be super deep. Just like make a connection and, you know, have this person, have this conversation with this person, you know, like network, do that kind of thing. And I think that that is really what ended up happening. It wasn't anything super serious. It was just somebody that you met and had a great conversation with. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just more like you guys are meeting people on, you know, on your regular day, and it just happened to be a nice conversation. Any potential challenges or obstacles? Any challenges or obstacles? We have embrace. Yeah, like immediately I thought embrace your intuition, not so much this person. It's just, you know, listen to what your intuition is telling you. And if it's not telling you that this is anything serious, or even to, you know, use this person's service or, you know, get in touch with them again, at least it was a good, you know, because sometimes the universe brings in situations with people just to spark a light, like just to spark a new perspective on a situation that you were already thinking of, and, you know, going and inspiring you to move forward in a new direction, you know, because they open your eyes to something completely out of the box of what you are already thinking. And so in that way, like you're, you know, they didn't come for any other reason than to just like spark that inspiration, and vice versa. Yeah. And so any challenges would be to make this deeper than it's meant to be, you know. Like you may or may not contact this person if they gave you their business card, or you may or may not use their, you know, check out their website or see them again, kind of thing. But you both really enjoyed that meeting and that conversation. And for that reason, it was fated, you know? You probably just really enjoyed your day because of it, you know? And that's cool too. And our last section is going to be about what steps you can take to enhance your compatibility and strengthen the relationship, or strengthen the purpose of this connection and what you're meant to get out of it. It has crown chakra, purple fluorite, so dreams and visions. I pay close attention to my dreams. I never lose sight of my creative visions. So if anything, this person probably inspired you when it came to your visions, you know, inspired some piece of art that you're maybe working on. It could have been somebody in passing, like in your dream, like somebody that you don't really speak to anymore, that as well. You know, like you don't feel comfortable talking to them in the 3D here on this planet, but you know, in the dream world, maybe they came up and they had sparked a conversation with you. You know, like I had a dream the other day that I had a very heart-opening conversation with Keanu Reeves. You know what I mean? And he dropped some knowledge, and I really took that as a sign that I'm on the right path to whatever we were talking about. But also just like the symbolism of who he is as like an earth angel kind of thing, that really, like, do I really think that I'm going to meet him in person? It is highly unlikely. I will not reject that, but you know what I mean? Like it seems like I'm self-sabotaging in a way where I'm not making the assumption that because I dreamt about him and had this good conversation that I'm gonna see him again, you know, and see him in the physical world. But if I do, like, it'll be great, like it'll be a cool meeting. Red jasper, root chakra, rectification and boundaries. I rectify my mistakes and I establish healthy boundaries. So yeah, like tweaking anything that you maybe didn't think about before, but then until you had this conversation or this connection with this person, maybe it allowed you to act in ways that was like more mature than you ever have been. You know what I mean? I think that this connection here is just like showing you how to be a little bit more in tune with who you really are, and to work on yourself and work on things that are nurturing things that are more in alignment with who you are and who you want to be, and just tapping into that your intuition and being mindful of what you're dreaming about and envisioning for yourself and moving forward for what's best for you. We have crown chakra, clear quartz, amplification, and concentration. I amplify my voice and speak with confidence. I concentrate on things that matter to me. Yeah, I think that you are both just focused on your own goals and ambitions and what you want to accomplish, and that was just like, this connection was just more inspiring on that journey, you know, like it motivated you to keep pursuing your goal and to remind you that you're on the right path, you know, with or without this person. You know, if anything, this person was there just to clarify or to confirm that the universe is listening and that you are creating your reality in the ways that you want to. And they were just like proof in the moment, and that made you just very excited, you know, because it's not really about the other person. It's more about the fact that the universe is responding to your manifestation, like what you want to create in your life, what you want to manifest in your life, and they're working with you. And then they're bringing up things that maybe you need to adjust or work on in order to bring it closer to you, you know. But I do think that the work that you were putting in is definitely paying off. I think that you are both, you know, doing what's best for you, separate or together. And yeah, it just seems like a really cool encounter, you know, cool meeting. Pile 3, so that's what I have for you. I hope that this reading resonated with you on some level and you were able to get the insight or guidance that you need. If it did resonate, please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below. I look forward to reading for you all again soon. And until then, Pile 3.